Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We are here in the middle of the wilderness, kind of by the Overlook Hotel, because I just got back from farming experience points in the end. You can see because I have 32 levels, and I guess the last place I slept was in a bed that I broke. So we have to run all the way back home, set our spawn point, and enchant our pickaxe is the first thing we're going to do today. And then we're going to actually begin work on our next sort of larger project, and you can see it right there in the distance. It is this desert town here. Now, if anyone is still watching who watched like the original videos of the series, for one, that's crazy. That's pretty darn crazy. That's like 3 years of videos. Thank you. And second off, you would know that that town was sort of a pretty meaningful location in like the first episode or two. And then I kind of just never looked at it again. Okay, we're going to fill this in too. That's the first thing we're going to do today. I never really looked at it again. And like all the villagers are gone now. And like I like to have nice things in my Minecraft worlds. And I think I have a pretty thorough style of doing like desert villages. And so I want to do like a desert village. And I've been wanting to do it for a while. And we're going to go ahead and start the project now. I was originally going to do a lot of like stuff with the new update, but the new update just kind of fizzled for me. Oh shoot, the pickaxe is already enchanted. Did I do that on camera or did I do that off camera? I totally forgot. What? Okay. I straight up did not remember that. Did I do that on camera last time? I'm so scatterbrained. Okay, let's enchant our chest plate then. I totally forgot. I didn't forget, but you can enchant things just straight up, and it saves time than doing enchanted books. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Okay, boom. Well, there we go. Now we have our chest plate enchanted as well. I have 29 levels, so I can do a lot more enchants. Perhaps we should get up to that. Let's grab some sand though, and let's go ahead and fill in that area we just saw, and I'll explain more about the plans for the desert village. Oh, I guess I should also explain, I was going to do stuff for the new update, like go find a warden or something. Not really interested in doing that. I've kind of decided that I don't really have to like chase new update stuff if I don't want to. Like the last episode about the frogs was kind of fun, but I mean, it didn't really amount to anything besides that we're about to hatch some frogs back at the base, which will be like kind of cool, but not really essential, and We're fine without it, and I don't really want to fight the warden or go find it or whatever. In due time, we will. I'm not too concerned, but it'll be there waiting for us whenever the time comes. I'd really like to get into a building project, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into a building project. So, my plans. In today's video, we're going to do demolition. I don't know if any of you are old enough or have a good enough memory to recall the television show on Cartoon Network that was called Destroy, Build, Destroy. The concept was simple. Here's what occurred in every episode of Destroy, Build, Destroy. They would begin with an object, like a shed, or a truck, or a toaster, and they'd like blow it up or something. And then they'd scavenge the parts from the truck slash shed slash toaster, and they would build like a go-kart or a microwave, whatever like the assignment was for that week. Anyway, and then they test it to see which of the two teams had the better building or object, and then they would destroy the loser. So we're going to do Destroy, Build, Destroy live on Minecraft, except we're just going to destroy all the buildings. Well, not all the buildings. We're going to just, yeah, actually, maybe. We're going to destroy things. We're going to destroy the area, clear the land, make sure we have room and a plan. And once we have room and a plan, then we can start to go through and build the area. It's very plain and very simple. So, you know what we should do first, actually? Let's go ahead and grab a block that would allow us to, like, lay out the boundaries. Let's go ahead and do that first. So I want to have, like, a surrounding wall. The concept is going to be like a desert kingdom, sort of. And, we're going to be, like, living on the outskirts of the desert kingdom, kind of doing our own thing. It'll play in. It'll play into a nice little, like, story of this area. Don't know what I'm going to do about the office. It doesn't fit with the theme that I'm building, and it's really close. I might turn it into, like, a pyramid or something. I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if I turned the office into a pyramid? It's like a pyramid scheme, but it's the office. Doesn't really make any sense. Okay, let's go ahead and go forth. I think I also saw... Man, I wish Minecraft terrain had some sense. Because, holy buckets, what is this over here? What is like, these 4 blocks of dirt missing? Why? Why are they missing? It makes no sense. I do not like it. Here we go. I'm missing 2 blocks. We'll chop these 2 right here. Okay, now that we've done enough little errands, little repair missions, we can continue forth. So this is obviously the village right here. And it comes out pretty far. I don't really know what I want to do with it. Besides, I guess, figure out a point where it should end. We also have to remember we have the Yarhar Harbor over here as well. So it can't go, like, too far. I think right here would be a good spot to have it be. So this is temporary. What I'm doing right here is very, very temporary. It's just sort of like a rough idea of where the walls are going to go. So my town is going to have walls going around it. This actually, yeah, let's just do super rough really first. Eventually these are going to be like curved and whatnot, but let's just go ahead and do like a super rough sketch right now. Alrighty, and then come down here. And then I guess I can just follow like the bank. I guess, yeah, I guess we want it to like follow the bank. That'd be kind of cool. We could have like a little outlet maybe, like a port, perhaps. An Enderman is having a very bad day. Okay. Boom. So there's like the start. Let's go ahead and run home and sleep, I guess. That's like the start on one side. Let's go ahead and sleep, and then we'll start at the other side as well. We can meet in like a U shape. Thankfully, we have all this desert area that I'm running through right now that we can expand into. So if need be, if we need space to put like a big castle keep or something, I don't think there's going to be like a full-on castle, but there's going to be like a gate and whatnot. So yeah, are the frogs grown yet? No, they're still tadpoles just chilling there. I took one out, by the way. We have a tadpole just sitting in a bucket. So we can hatch that somewhere else if we want. I think my main inspiration as far as like another Minecraft build, what the heck? Dude, that was so scary. I thought that was like a face. That was so frightening. Jeez. My inspiration is like Ethos Sandy City. So if you want to like go onto YouTube and look up like Ethos Labs Sandy City, you can sort of see the style I'm going for, and hopefully it ends up being as I'm imagining it. I don't know if it will or won't, but you know, one can hope. We can also redo this at some point. But we'll do one thing at a time. You can see how like the village goes up that cliff and there's like holes in it and stuff. It's no good. We don't want that. I have a pretty good style for doing desert little huts, I think, desert houses, and I want to take advantage of that. And, you know, we'll have a grand old time. Okay, so let me climb actually to the top of the mountain. I don't think I want the mountain to be like included in the... Okay, I didn't really climb to the top of the mountain. But like here, I think is where I want the wall to be. I kind of want the mountain to serve as like a natural barrier, if that makes sense. Because a lot of civilizations would, in ancient times, they'd be very constricted on their builds by the environment. So let's go ahead and start tearing this down up here, and I'll explain sort of what I mean. Basically, if a society needed water, which like every society does, in ancient times, you would just build next to the river, or build next to the ocean, or next to the lagoon, wherever you needed to be to get your water. There wasn't like an easy way to transport water a very large distance. The Romans, of course, had their aqueducts, which would be actually very interesting to implement here. Doing some sort of an aqueduct system would actually be pretty rad. Pencil that in. We could totally do that. And I could give a total lesson on concrete. That'd be so super sweet, actually. Okay, we're doing that. We're gonna have to make aqueducts a part of this somehow. For those who don't know, aqueducts are basically like roads for water. So it was just a way to transport water. I'm tearing up everything that isn't sand right now, because I want to remove all signs of civilization that are up here. I guess that means I should probably get sand and replace it. Let's go grab some sand. This land is awful. This is Minecraft terrain at its finest. I don't know why they haven't programmed, like... Actually, here's a question for you guys in the comments section. Would you rather Minecraft villages spawn like this one spawned, where it's like half on a cliff, half not on a cliff? Or would you rather walk around in your Minecraft world and find a very apparent flat area? Like a 200 by 200 flat area, semi-flat, where the village is like spawned. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of mods do it this way, or at least they did back in the old days, where if they needed something to be placed, it would just like flatten everything around it, you know? So if instead of going in and seeing this like half-done worlds, half-done village, and it's like up on the mountain, half not, if it just came in and obliterated the land beneath it and made like a nice flat area. Because I personally would prefer to have a flat area. Again, it's not really realistic, but it makes the most sense from a gameplay standpoint. This village was doomed from the start. There was no way this village would survive. All the villagers are gone, by the way. I may have stolen a handful of them for the office, but even if I didn't steal them, they would have just been eaten by zombies. Because there's no golems in this village, and there's no way for the people who live up here in these houses to get back home. So, it didn't survive very long. That part's obvious. They did not survive very long. So, we're coming in, and we are going to repopulate this village and make sure that they are able to survive for a very long time. They won't be able to leave the village, but they won't really need to. We'll make sure it functions all on its own. We'll give this town a name, and sort of just add to like the MMO feel that I like to have in my worlds. I like to make it so that every place has like a story and an origin, and it's an interesting place to be. So hopefully that can come true with this village as well. Alright, I'm super hyped to do the aqueducts now. It makes sense for a desert village because they need their water from somewhere, even though there's a river right nearby. And I'm actually, not to like brag, not that anyone's really interested, but I'm pretty knowledgeable in concrete. I've got a lot of good concrete knowledge in my head. Took some classes on concrete, so I know a thing or two about concrete and Roman concrete, and I can, you know, explain it, share my knowledge for free. I was gonna say I paid to take the class, but my parents paid for me to take the class, and I got an A, and I know a thing or two about concrete. So hopefully we'll get to share that knowledge and see if people enjoy it. Alright, let's keep filling in all this sand here. We are probably never gonna come to the top of this mountain again, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be not what it was, I guess. I don't think we'll ever come up here again because I don't want the village to come up here. It doesn't really work. And if I give the villagers a way to come up here, they will find a way to jump off and hurt themselves. And we don't want that. Alright. Okay, let's begin going down again. There we go. Yeah, this is a mess. We'll have to fix this weird cave entrance. Inventory's full. That's nice. Where'd I get a sea pickle from? Does anyone recall me picking up a sea pickle? I do not recall that. Oh, there's an iron sword in there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so I think episode 1, when I spawned into this world, it was like right after Village and Pillage had come out, so villages were super common. But I ran over here, and I got a diamond sword on episode 1. And then episode 2, I decided, like, let's not use the diamond sword. And then I think by episode 4, I picked it back up because it was just there and available. So it's like, why not? Alright, let's continue forth with this very rough outline. I don't want it to go too close. I also don't want it to be really diagonal like this. I don't like building diagonally. It's not tricky or anything. But, you know what? Okay, let's actually just go right here and we'll end it. And I'll figure out what I want to do as far as finding an entrance and like we're not going to be like directly in the middle. We're probably going to be a little askew for the gates. Maybe we'll have 2 gates even. Okay, hey, falling sand. I hope you guys enjoyed the falling sand moment. We're going to fill that in probably to end off the video. I definitely planned to do way more than I actually ended up doing. Okay, yeah, I guess I don't want to truly follow the riverbank. I might end up cutting back on this a little bit. But either way, so let's just say it follows the riverbank. And then it would end... I don't want it to follow the bank. Okay, executive decision, it's not going to follow the bank. I want to be able to walk alongside the river here. So our choices are either to extend out the bank or to just not run along the bank. I'd rather have some blocks to walk on. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just avoid that. There we go. We're coming up here, and we're just gonna run forth. How did I place 2 blocks behind me? I'm trying to do, like, this bedrock building. There we go. Gosh, you play Bedrock Edition on a controller, and you can't even do the speed build. Alright, so I'm gonna fix that part later. But this is gonna be, like, the very rough outline of what the walls will come towards on the side. They'll meet somewhere here in the middle. And then once they do meet, this town will begin to look very, very different. Well, there's a lot of projects to do, or a lot of work to do. Speaking of a lot of work, let's dive into how I'm going to handle this. I will try and get this project done fairly quickly. I am on summer break, so I do have time to do building projects. And, you know, it won't be... I don't think it'll take as long as the Overlook Hotel will, because each of these areas is, like, individually... Is there a zombie spawner? I should get torches. Let's run home, grab torches, light this up. We'll do the lighting. That'll be the end of the video. We'll light it. We'll cover it. That'll be the end of the video. Anyway, I think my first thing I want to do, step 1, is what I started today, which is mapping and clearing. We're going to map what we want to do, and we're going to clear out all the buildings, all the land, make it perfect for building. Step 2 is the outskirts. We're going to build the walls up, so that way if I forget to finish the project, or something else occurs and I no longer have time to work on the project, it's still functional enough. It'll have nice walls, and you can see the walls and be like, yep, those are some walls. Don't have to worry about that. It's functional. It's a building that works. Well, not really building. It's like a town that looks nice enough to where if I don't finish it, it's okay. And then I will go in and do the houses. That's the plan. And doing the houses might take a little longer than I anticipate, just because I think I can get it done, but I don't know if I can get it done or not. And I have some styles that I want to use. We're definitely going to head into one of my old survival worlds that I used to play on PlayStation 4. And I can show you guys, because I've done desert builds before. Like, I would take a house in a desert village and just convert it. That's sort of what we're doing here, but it's not going to be like a 1-to-1 conversion. I don't know how many houses are in here, but there's going to be a different amount of houses, I'm almost certain, when I finish with it. Because I'm not going to try and be like a 1-to-1 direct change. As long as the village functions, that's what I care about. Does that go down? Oh, it so does. Okay. Just a quick light. I don't want to spend too much time lighting up the caves, because it's not really essential nor possible in this day and age of Minecraft, because the caves go down a few hundred blocks. But I just want to make sure that the villagers aren't going to be like spawning zombies directly beneath them, because maybe they'll find a way up, and if they do, then a big problem. I want this village to be safe. We're going to make a nice system to let like the player in and no one else can come in. We're going to be great. We're going to keep them safe by locking them in. It's a good idea. It worked for Rapunzel until it didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to avoid. I don't know what this club is. I don't know who didn't invite me. Kind of glad I didn't get invited, though, let's be honest. Why didn't a single one of those guys drop experience? Holy buckets, that's a ravine. Okay. I have 9 torches left. We'll light up for 9 torches worth of cave, and then we go back. And then maybe I come back here off camera and mine up all the goodies, because there's some loot here. There is some loot. Okay, I'm out of torches. Gotta go. Gotta go home. I think it's this way. Alright, perfect. Let's return to the surface and do some covering. The daylight! I see it! Okay, and for everyone's satisfaction, falling sand. Alright, great. Now let's continue with what we're doing. We have to make sure we get this done in today's video, because if we don't, I will feel bad about myself, because I had an idea to do something, and I will not have completed it. And that's a bummer. I might do more of this here Minecrafting on live streams on YouTube. So if you guys are interested in that, you might want to hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know how live streaming has worked on YouTube, but I know I'm going to do it. I have plans to do it. I was going to do it a lot, and then something came up. And I will not say what that something is. But me and a few million other people on this planet were all busy for a little bit over a week. And maybe that's ringing a bell. If not, don't worry. It's not important. It's gone now. It can no longer bother me, but it still bothers probably a few million people. Well, I know it still bothers a few million people, but we won't worry about that. What we're going to worry about is finishing, packing in this sand, ending the episode on a very, very high note with a bit of a snow setting montage. Alright, I think we are just about done with filling that in, which means we are on track to continue making progress in this village next episode. Challenge for you all, try and figure out where in that montage, exactly where, I switched to using mouse and keyboard instead of my controller. See if you can figure it out. I'm sure it'll be pretty obvious. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for now. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends of my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys see my videos around. And I'll catch you guys all back here next time for the next video. Until then, as always, take care.